Right, guys, something that gets brought up quite a lot with me is steroids. Like, a lot of people think that I'm on steroids. No, like, I have never touched this stuff, and I probably never will. I've thought about it in the past, but it's silly to think that, like, so many people just think that if you want to build like a decent physique, that you're gonna need to jump on stuff. Realistically, that's not the case. Like, unless you've got like a testosterone deficiency, and like, if you feel like you're not gaining weight or gaining the size you want, and you think you're doing everything properly, but make sure you're actually doing everything properly, because if you're not, then you're just wasting your time. Go see a doctor, get your testosterone levels sorted. Clearly, I don't have a testosterone deficiency because I have gone from skinny to building on, good size. Um, so look, like, there's always going to be people that are going to assume steroids on things. And, let's be honest, there is a lot of people in the industry that do claim to be natural and, quite possibly are taking steroids. A lot of my friends take steroids, and, I've thought about it before, but, like, realistically, it hasn't come to the point where I've needed to jump on stuff. Like, I see it on the internet quite a lot. Everyone's just assuming steroids. Like, you always see a comment, steroids, if someone's achieving a good body or something like that. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, who are you to even assume someone is taking stuff? If they're taking it and they're open about it, that's cool. Like, so what if they're on steroids? They're doing what they want to do. And if they're on it and they aren't telling people, some people say it's deceptive. I mean, to an extent it is if you're claiming natural and you're actually taking stuff, but you can almost see why people wouldn't admit to being on it, because they're just going to get discredited, because so many fuckwits out there think that, you take steroids, you're going to get big. But, I know people that they're on all kinds of gear, and, they still look like shit. Like, someone that I see that gets, commented on about steroid use a lot is someone like Jeff Sides. He's an insane shape. Like, look at his physique, he looks fucking unbelievable. He's an aesthetic motherfucker. And there's still people, steroids. And I mean, fucking look at the kid when he was like 15, 14. Like, he's got unbelievable genetics. Like, when he's 15, like, he looks fucking better than most people that look, after years of training. Like, the kid's just a freak. Like, it's clearly possible for him to not be on anything. I honestly don't reckon he is. Like, I mean, but then again, that's my speculation. Maybe he is, maybe he ain't. But, he's been training for years. He's got fucking great genetics. You can't just assume steroids when you see someone like him. Like I said, there's quite possibly people that are on stuff and, they claim to be natural. But, what's the point of even speculating and hating on them? And, like, if they're doing something good and inspiring others, whether they're taking stuff or not, chances are they're probably inspiring more people than you that are just fucking typing steroids on your keyboard. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much hate, like, on the internet these days, with people trying to build their physiques and all this kind of stuff. And, the steroid assumptions is just one thing. A lot of people are getting all wound up saying, you're so vain, you love yourself, all this bullshit. Fucking don't, just start, like, why do you give a shit about how someone else lives their life so bad? Like, the problem is clearly with you if you're going to be commenting, trying to bring someone else down for doing what they love. If they're not hurting anybody else and they're getting satisfaction for themselves, why the fuck is it your problem? Why are you putting it upon yourself to comment and go out of your way to bring them down, tell them they're taking steroids, because, yeah, you really know what they're doing, don't you? Like, no, you fucking don't. Like, it's just bullshit. Even if someone is taking steroids and they're inspiring heaps of people, even if people think they're natural, if this person's still inspiring heaps of others to build their physiques and better themselves, why the fuck does it matter? Like, at least they're doing something positive in this world instead of what you're doing, bringing them down. Too many skeptics around these days, it is a shame. Like, if you're going to be skeptical, you're not gonna enjoy life as much. So think about that.